This is the Iowa Weather Report for Tuesday, November 3rd, 2015, and now our first look at the 0Z GFS Model Run at noon today. We have a trough digging in across the west. That's pumping up a lot of warm air across our neck of the woods, and that's going to keep us above average again. Highs mainly in the upper 60s to middle 70s across the state both today and tomorrow. Mainly sunny skies as well ahead of the storm system that's taking shape across the west, with some rain and a little bit of mountain snow there as well. Could see quite a few inches up in the mountains of Wyoming, up into Montana, maybe even into Colorado and Utah as well. See, as we look into tomorrow, on Wednesday, you still see the southwesterly winds coming up from the Mexico and the Gulf, starting to open up a little bit of Gulf of Mexico moisture, but not a whole lot. It really comes up here late Wednesday night and into Thursday, with a chance of some showers and maybe a rumble of thunder or two. Rainfall amounts around a half an inch. Some areas could get up to an inch or so. Readings will be tailing off Thursday into the 60s, and then Friday and into the weekend, especially Friday, Saturday, highs will be in the 50s, maybe near 60, lows in the 30s for the most part. Maybe a little bit of frost or freeze in some areas, especially cooler locations, and mainly on Saturday morning. As this high pressure starts to move across and then move off to our east, and that's going to start to warm us up again. You can see this trough digging in, and it's kind of lifting out really quickly. So by Sunday, winds are back out of the southwest, temperatures are back into the 60s again for the most part, and mainly sunny as well, with a storm system across Texas, the Gulf Coast, and another one over into the northeastern Pacific. As we go into the new work week on Monday, still looking fairly warm, fairly breezy. Winds out of the south be similar to today or yesterday, Monday and Tuesday, with readings mainly in the 60s and 70s across the state, if this is to be correct. And that's going to be ahead of a fairly decent storm system by next week that could bring us a little bit of activity in the form of maybe some showers and maybe even a thunderstorm at this point, with it digging in across the plain states. Something we'll have to watch over the next couple of days as we move closer to next week. Otherwise, still remaining warm at least up to this point next Tuesday, but thereafter it's going to be up and down. And you'll see here as we move further into the period, this is on the 14th, a little bit of a trough over New England, otherwise pretty zonal across the country at that point, and that's keeping our temperatures above seasonal levels after a slight cool off. Winds back out of the south and west, temperatures back above average. By that point, temperatures will be somewhat maybe in the 60s, if this is to be correct. Average temperatures by this point, middle November, will be around 50 for the most part. The end of the forecast around the 18th. You can see subtropical jet across the south, main jet stream across the north. We're pretty much in the middle at this point, and that's going to keep us fairly calm. Maybe a little bit of activity with the storm trying to take shape off to our west and the Gulf beginning to open up, but confidence is not too great at this point. We'll keep watching it, however, for any changes that may come up in the next couple of days. Satellite image from last evening, you can see one storm system moving off the east coast with a few showers and storms along it. Cloud bank from California up into the northern plains. That's with our next storm system. And a lot of clear skies in the middle, and that's clear and warm weather as well. It's also leading to a lot of fog problems across the middle part of the country into the south and east. Advisories and winter storm warnings out west, the Sierras up into Montana, and fairly quiet elsewhere. The QPF chart, precipitation over the next 5 days through Saturday evening at 6 o'clock, showing rainfall amounts about a half an inch, maybe up to an inch, heaviest over the Carolinas and the eastern part of Texas as well.